I've heard that you consider yourself an anarchist. What do you think about the hierarchy of humans being over animals? Do you view that as an unjust hierarchy as well?
This journey will be the first and last time that they see the light of day. At the slaughterhouse, the chickens are hung upside down and lowered headfirst into a tank of electrified water in order to stun them. Shortly after, their throats will be cut by an automated blade. If chickens move their heads when they are approaching the blade, they may end up drowning in the scalding water further down the process.
So what did you think of this footage?
Well, it definitely isn't great. I wonder if eating meat and eating just animal products in and of itself is evil, or if capitalism is what makes it evil. And there's always, for centuries, well, ever since humans have been around, we've been eating meat, we've been eating animal products. And I wonder if there isn't at least some kind of more ethical way to do it that doesn't involve capitalism. I think to do that, you would have to ultimately abolish capitalism.
I agree that capitalism makes this worse, but I disagree that capitalism has to be abolished in order for this to stop happening. Do you think that these processes could happen under a different socio-political system?
Not a democratic system, no. Not one where
people would vote?
Yeah.
To say that they didn't want this to happen?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about the idea of people voting with the money they spend?
I was trying to communicate that when people pay for animal flesh or secretions, they are voting with their money to support practices that are harmful to animals. Not that I am in favor of using money in place of a democratic process.
Yeah, I think that's absolute bullshit. I think the idea that you can tell someone that's making $8.50 an hour, $7.50 an hour, that they can just switch over to non-meat foods is kind of bullshit, honestly. I mean, like...
Well, I would say this. I would say that the cheapest foods in the grocery store are vegan. Dry beans, rice, produce, things like that. Those are the cheapest things. As a matter of fact, meat is the most expensive things in the grocery store. Do you agree with that?
Sure, but it ain't just about money. It's also about time. You get off of your 40-hour shift at McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, or whatever. You got to feed 4 kids or something.
Right.
Yeah. You don't have time to prepare a good, healthy meal. You're going to go to McDonald's. You're going to pick up.
McDonald's isn't healthy though, right?
No, absolutely not.
Did you know that Taco Bell has vegan food?
I know that it has some. My dad's a vegetarian, and he would go to Taco Bell a lot as like a fast food option. But definitely, I mean, like, I know they have like bean burritos and like rice and bean burritos.
Yeah, I eat at Taco Bell pretty frequently. I'm vegan. But back to the video, are these practices that you would want to support?
No, absolutely not. They're unethical.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. What do you think you can do about it to make sure that under the system of capitalism, these things stop happening?
I think step number 1 is to unionize the chicken factories, particularly in Northwest Arkansas. There's actually a sort of proto-union going on up there called Venceremos. I think people should check it out and support it.
Okay. I've heard that you consider yourself an anarchist. What do you think about the hierarchy of humans being over animals? Do you view that as an unjust hierarchy as well?
Well, I think that's an interesting question. Do I think that humans are inherently a superior animal? No. I do think that humans are the only beings with the capability of a certain kind of rationality. All animals have some form of rationality, but humans have a very particular kind. So I think that makes it to where there's sometimes what Noam Chomsky called a justified hierarchy of, like, let's say my dog is suffering, it has terminal cancer, and there's nothing that can be done. I'm a rational animal, my dog isn't. I know that my dog is only going to live out its life in suffering, and so he ought to be put down. So there are instances in which there ought to be a hierarchy, and there are instances in which there shouldn't be a hierarchy. But generally speaking, you do have to presume that a hierarchy is bad, like Noam Chomsky.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for watching this. We've got some resources. We got a booklet, and Taco Bell, they got vegan food. Grocery stores, vegan food. I'm on GroupMe. I'll send you the GroupMe invite, and if you have any questions and you want to stop supporting this, let me know.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Yeah,
I'll see
you
you
too.
around.
See you around.